Hi, this is OK Art and I'm Kay. Today we will be coloring this page out of Johanna Basford's Lost Ocean. This might be a part one, or I might just record it all. Here is the colors I'm using. I'm going to be using Prismacolor pencils plus a white. I also have my sharpener here. If you watched my last video, I did find out that orange are my plant color ones, so I'll have to switch those from the book I just did a flip through of. All right, let's get started. So I haven't really planned out what I'm going to do yet. I think these blues for these dolphins, including the inside parts, maybe a little bit of blending down here. When it comes to the rest of it, I mean, we might just wing it. I kind of like the idea of like a, oh, let's look at this. Maybe a yellow to pink blend down here with these kelp. And then in turn, it might be nice to do that in these parts, like start with the yellow, go to like these orangier colors and finish off with some pink. Actually, that might be nice for the whole border, and then I mean, there's still these blues. I don't know if I'm going to keep that to just the dolphins or also, I mean, I'll bring some blue into the fish as well, maybe some of these middle details. All right, well, let's get started with what we know for sure. Blue dolphins. Oh, or pink dolphins. No, blue dolphins. Let's keep it simple. So I'm thinking for this belly part, I might just solid color that, so I'm not going to really worry about my pressure here. I tend to overthink when I'm coloring, especially when I'm recording and coloring, about where I should start, what I'm doing, how it's going to affect the finished thing. But sometimes it just keeps me from starting. So let's just get something down here. And I don't do a lot of solids with Prismas. I tend to like shade and blend and all this other stuff. But with this book, I feel like, because it's not like a Kirby book or anything like this isn't a realistic dolphin, clearly. It lends itself to, maybe I don't need to have all that fuss. And I already need to sharpen. I have the Prismacolor pencil sharpener, and maybe I should be using this on the Prismacolor sharpener. I don't know if you can see it as my camera is like above my field of view. But here there's like a longer tip, and here there's like a shorter tip. Both should be sharp. You let me know if I'm using this wrong, because I always use this, but since Prismacolors are so soft, this might be lending itself to break more. If I should be using this side, let me know down in the comments, and I will try doing that instead. There's just some spots here where I see the paper coming through. So I'm just gonna quickly go over those parts. This will be my first non-time-lapsed coloring that I'm posting. Mostly because I don't know what do I just color and stay silent? I have a problem with that. I'm just gonna do that. Same thing over here on this dolphin. Also, my camera doesn't like to record like horizontally, landscape. It doesn't like to record landscape, so I end up having to set it up landscape and then rotate the video using editor, and it takes forever to rotate. Sometimes it doesn't rotate at all. There's 2 or 3 videos that I've recorded and then it won't rotate. If you have any tips on that, let me know. I mean, I found my tripod, so now I can set it up to be landscape, but I still end up having to rotate it. For instance, my flip through of the Schoolhouse Rock book that I just recorded, I made sure that my screen rotation was off, so I turned my phone to the side and manually flipped my screen that way. And then it wouldn't be able to flip back, so I just set it in my thing and recorded, and it should have been landscape, but then when I went back to review it, it was recorded in portrait, so it's all sidewards, and I have to, as soon as I'm done coloring this, I'll flip that and post it. But, aw, solid color. All right, and then, I mean, I'm thinking the inside of the flipper should also be that, and then I might darken this just to separate it a little. So let's do the inside of these flippers. How about this? Just in case I have to rotate this video will be just doing the dolphins. So it'll be a part 1. That way, if I do have to rotate it, it won't take forever. And then I'm gonna go in with my darker blue, which is a 1088. And we're gonna just try to get that just barely to go in right here, just to separate the flipper from the belly. I like how I said, I shouldn't worry about shading that much, but I just feel like I need some separation there. I'm gonna go back over with this. There, see, it's just enough separation where they're separate things. And I'm using a fair amount of pressure. These are Prismas. They blend really well that way. Now let's move on to the next easiest part of these dolphins, which in my opinion would be this tail part. It doesn't seem like it would be, but I know how to do the tail part. Or, you know what? Let's challenge ourselves. Let's go with this piece of dolphin kelp. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the 1088 right here in the middle of that. I'm gonna keep it light this time. Not really worrying about where it is laying, or if it's laying precisely, just kind of in the middle of this line, keeping the ends of the kelp white for now. It will not stay white. Maybe a little bit of white in the dolphin might look cute though. All right, there's that. Let's also do that right here on this one, bringing it out a little bit wider because the kelp itself is wider. I'm doing little circles. You know what? White might be cute. I mean, not the white of the paper, maybe using my white Prisma, but I feel like I want solid color in the middle because I'm not planning on doing anything in the background of this heart. That will be the white, the break in color. Okay, so there's that. See, it's just laid down. A little bit thicker on this part. You know what? I might also embellish with some jelly rolls, on the borders here. Maybe. There's no promises there, but I do have them sitting right next to me. So, some metallic or glitter. Or the gold shadow? No, gold. We'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. Now I'm going to take the lighter blue, which is sky blue light, 1086, and then go over the whole thing again. Just lightly again, not really using much pressure. Also not really worrying about like where the edge of these lines are, because I'm not using a lot of pressure. It won't really matter if it gets out of that line a little bit. Come over here, do the same thing to this dolphin, dolphin number 2. Gosh, I hope my head isn't like in the, it's not, okay. I have poor eyesight, so sometimes I hunch. Also a trick, if you don't want to apply a lot of pressure, is to hold your pencil farther back, and automatically, like, you can't, or you'd have to actually be trying to apply pressure, which I don't know why you wouldn't just hold farther up on the pencil. But if you find yourself to be heavy-handed, that's a little trick, is to come back on your pencil and color from a distance. Now we're going to come back in with the 1088, using a little bit more pressure this time, especially right here on this line. On this line, we're not really going to have to worry about if we're applying too much pressure, so we can just go on that line, and then in circles with a little bit lighter pressure than we just used, come out like so. Yes, I think that's pretty. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to not worry about our light pressure coming on this middle line. Oh, you know what? It ends right here. Coming all the way to there. Then bigger circles with a little bit lighter pressure all the way to the end. Yes. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this one. There are doggies outside. Don't know if the audio is catching that, but circles, 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 all the way to the end. I feel like this side. The shadow is awful right here. I have a huge window directly that way, and it creates this shadow from me, from where my hand is. And I do have an Elgato light, like when it's like square setup, but it's not bright enough to overrule the window here. Again, I have to remember this middle line on this one ends right here. So we go in using whatever pressure, back up on a pencil, and do circles. And then we're going to do one more layer with the lighter blue. That's so pretty. Okay, now let's hope that we don't drown out too much of that shadow going in with this. So we're gonna use some pressure, and then I might also use this darker one right on the edge, just to kind of separate that if it gets too cloudy. Although I'm not gonna worry about this. There's a little hole right here. I'm just gonna go right over that. And this is when I'm blending it all, so also I'm not worrying about using too light of pressure because these are Prismas. If I was using my polychromos, I'd be using way more layers. Than the what? 1, 2, 3? Is this 3? 3 layers with Prisma? I mean, I've gotten really good results using multiple layers with Prisma in like the intro page on my what is it, Fragile World, the one with the Venus flytraps. in that book. But sometimes I just want to get more of a page colored. Let me know if you liked it better when it was white, because I like that. But I also kind of miss the break in color right there. Pencil could use some sharpening, but I'm just going to whip this out real fast. Just one kelp and then sharpen. Is that what this is called? I feel like it's kelp. It looks like kelp to me. Now, I don't know if this needs a separation now. It kind of feels like, because there's shadow in the middle, that it feels like it might not need the separation. Oh, I forgot to sharpen and I can't get in that little nook. Really smushing these colors together, bringing it out. Pretty. All right. Now, okay, this part, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the entire thing. Okay, just the entire, what is this, dorsal fin? Yeah, the entire dorsal fin, including this little, there's like a little border here. I'm just going to go right over that too. Using like a medium pressure, because I still want to be able to layer on top of it. But also I'm not going to do any blending here, so it doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to use my darker blue, which is again 1088 Prismacolor Premier. Then I'm going to get right in these little seaweed pieces, just with this. Oh no, my toddler woke up. This is going to be a little harder over here because my shadow will be there, but and then do this border as well, I think. Feels nice to have like a limitation to my color palette so that I'm not trying to like blend from this side to this side and leave the middle like a separate color. I kind of like the having, what time is it? Having the limitations of doing a limited color palette. Also, I see a little bit of white here no, that wasn't white. Just looked like it. Okay, do I like that? I mean, yes, I think I like that. So then we'll do the same thing on this one. And at the time of recording this, I don't know if it will be at the time of uploading, hopefully, because that's the whole reason for this theme. It is February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. I hope you're having a good one. Let me know what you colored or did with your significant other. We are planning on doing a cute night in with the kids. They really want to see Titanic. They have not seen Titanic yet. And I have a third grader and a fourth grader. My third grader just got done learning about the Titanic in school and really wants to see the movie now. And so we're thinking we might just watch Titanic and get a heart-shaped pizza. Have a cute little family Valentine's Day. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day with your family or your significant other? Maybe you get something for like your grandchildren. Let me know. All right, how are we feeling about that? I feel good about that, honestly. And then, I mean, we can just do the same thing here. We can use a lighter one to base all this out and then do the details in the darker one. Are we liking it? I'm liking it. Yes, I think that is what we will do. I don't need to sharpen yet. All right, let's just do that. Let's just do it. Might need to like do some outlining of that in the darker color. We'll worry about that in a second. Oh, you know what? I could have done this as like a little color along, but I did not prepare anyone. If you would like to color along, that would be fantastic. I do have the colors I will be using here. And today we're only doing the dolphins. So, I mean, that is easy to catch up on and we can do small parts at a time. And I've never done a color along before. And it's a nice, simple, like beginner friendly image. I mean, I'm a beginner, so that works out. And I know that usually color alongs are for like more impressive, established people in the coloring community. But if you color along, that would be great. I would love that. Also, I find it hard to figure out in this particular Johanna Basford book how to color certain images. This one I only marked because it was a heart. And I'm like, you know what? I need to get something done in this book. The only other thing I have done is some fish I colored with gel pens in the first page of the book, I think. Let's check. Yeah, it's literally the first page over here. Uh-oh, hopefully I'm still centered. There we go. Any hoozles. All right, let's make sure that we get this. There's some paper showing here. And over here. All right, that looks good. Then we're gonna go to another darker one again. Needs a bit of sharpening. It wouldn't normally need. Ooh, that's gonna break so fast. All right, let's see. Please don't break. So cute. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. Thought I was messing it up. Okay, the border of this kelp. This is gonna be cuter than I had pictured. I was a little bit worried about this page, just in general. Overthinker, as I said, but you know what? Also, this line right here connecting all these leaves, I'm also gonna just go in and like darken that with this color. See how nice that is? Oh, it looks like a little headband. This dolphin is a flower girl. I'm also just gonna do the eye. I know eyes are brighter, but it needs separation. And cute little dolphin. Uh-oh. Okay, there. Yay, cute. All right, then finish the seaweed. So these pieces look a little bit like weird dolphin tusks. Rawr. Oh man, now I can't unsee it. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Okay, and I just see some white, so I'm going back in just real fast. And all right here. Up here. Alright, top of the little head. Around the weird dolphin tusks. Oh no. Does anyone else see it? Oh man. Okay, and then I said I wasn't sure if I was going to, I'm going to. I'm gonna lightly, just like barely, since there was already so much pressure put on. I don't want it to be distinctly this color. I just want it to be a little separate. Just because of how it looks right here by the face. See, it's like, it's barely doing anything, but it's doing just enough. So yeah, it's kind of separated now. There we go. See, there's just barely a difference. Okay, now we're gonna go in on this fella and do the same thing, which is a little hard for me to see because of my shadow. We will do our best. This is the most coloring time I think I've gotten in a good while. Okay, I'm gonna start at the end of these and just work my way this way. I recently started posting on my art Instagram again. I'll leave a, well, I'll leave an ad, or I'll let you know what my Instagram handle is down in the description if you want to follow me over there. I mostly just post finished work. Sometimes I also re-upload my YouTube shorts, like my time lapses of, for instance, my one color challenges that I just finished. Those are all, not all, 2 of those are uploaded over there as Instagram Reels. I also post my finished pages, which you don't really get a good look at in my YouTube shorts. So if you want to be able to actually see those finished ones, you can follow me over on Instagram. I will be posting, I might just do a video of my completed one color challenges in that book before the end of February. I've already colored more in February than the entirety of January. So, I mean, should I wait till the end of February? Or I could, if you'd be interested in seeing my one color challenges all in one completed works video, let me know and I can do that as soon as tomorrow, you know? And there it is. All right, oh, and then we're doing this. I forgot. A little bit. Little bits of separation, just along the edge. Oh, so cute. All right, and then for tails, oops, what is this? Oh, there's a metal piece. Oh, because it's a drafting table. There's this metal piece on my table that I keep catching. For tails, I like to start dark, see how the lines are closer together. So to me, that's like, well, they'd be going in, so they'd be darker. So we're gonna start dark and then just kind of go in little circles with kind of light pressure, I'd say. I just kind of go halfway out or so. A little bit more than halfway, I'd say. Same thing over here. Start in there. Then we're going to use our lighter color. I'm going to sharpen it for once. We're going to start that at the very end. We can use a little bit of pressure at the very end because that's not going to be blending into anything. Then like halfway up this dark is where we're going to bring it down. Also, I'm not worrying about my pressure right here. I'm just kind of going for it. I'm going to go back to the darker one, apply more pressure, especially here at this base. We're going to just lay it on there. Then feather it out. Right here, I'm putting a good amount of pressure. I would call it medium. That beeping was motion detected in the baby's room. Then we're going to bring this, touch this literally, and just pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. See how nice that is? And then finish it off over here. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to do the same thing here. Pressure, pressure. And then make sure we come right up to that line. And go. And I think I'm happy with that. That looks nice. There's a little bit of white there and I went in with the wrong color. That's okay because it's Prisma. There, see, so pretty. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're gonna start, we already laid down a light thing of our dark, so we're gonna come in with our lighter color, going halfway up this darker part, and on this side as well. Very good, and up here. There we go. Back in with our darker color, 1088. Lots of pressure right here around the tail base, and also right here in the middle, because this is where it would be folding out, right? And pressure, pressure, and medium. It's trash day. If you can hear the trash truck, I apologize. And then medium. All right, and then back one more time with our light. We're gonna go halfway up, kind of where we put the medium pressure. And we're gonna use quite a bit of pressure. Bring it down into here. Yes, see how it just kind of smooshes in. And on this side, smooshy, smooshy. And it's not quite smooth here, so I'm gonna use a light pressure to kind of bring that into the other color. And then once again, smooshy, smooshy, smooshy. Was that better? There we go. Okay, and smooshy, 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 smooshy. Oops. And then just there's a little bit I missed right here. All right, and then I'm going to sharpen this because I see some spots around here that I had not sharpened my pencil for that kind of, oh no, could use some TLC right here at like the base of these and the top of the dolphin. I'm just going to cover up some of the spots where the paper is showing through. Oh goodness, now I have to remember what all I said I would mention down in the description. All right, let's see. Here's some paper showing through. And okay, I think that might finish off these dolphins. What do you think? Also, if you were using the same color palette, what would you use each color for? I mean, I went for blue for dolphins, obviously because of the obvious. Obviously because of the obvious, that was redundant. But like, what would you use the other colors for? Or would you have used like the pink for the dolphins? Because there's those Amazonian dolphins that are pink. Again, here's the color palette. We have 1026, 939, that's not the 939, this is 939, 927, 1018, 914, 1086, and 1088. All right, that's it. We will color more in part 2. Thanks.